There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called Real American Strength. Lima, Allen County, Real American Strength.
Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas.
Deep-rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, Real American Strength.
Community Focus on GTV2 Lima.
Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. We are wishing a happy 125th anniversary to Lima's Salvation Army. And here in the studio to tell us about all the activities coming up for the next year is Major Phil Tamayo. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Ann. Thank you for having me.
What are you doing to celebrate?
Well, we're in high gear preparing for that. Our 125-year celebration kickoff began earlier this month, and we celebrated that to acknowledge that we've been now here since November 16th of 1888, serving the Allen County residents all these years, and excited to look forward to what in store for us in the years to come.
Is the mission the same as it was back then?
The mission has not changed one bit. We are a religious organization that serves people in His name without discriminations to everyone in the community. Whoever may have need at any given time, they can turn to the Salvation Army and find assistance.
How many people do you assist?
Last year, in 2011, we served over 19,000 individuals in the community. That's lives that are touched either by ways of services that we provide or programs that we host within our facility and many aspects of those services. 19,000
is incredible. That's almost a fifth of our population.
That's a huge part of that. And people at any given time, can, in a moment's notice, can experience a crisis and find themselves in need of some assistance, and that's what we're there for at any given time. We serve residents throughout the year. We run a full-time food pantry that's open Monday through Friday, where people can come get material assistance as well as food, assistance with utilities and things of that nature. That's a growing service, and we're partnering now with many of the area churches as we're serving as a clearinghouse, and they're referring people to us so that we can make sure that nobody's overlooked and yet try to avoid as many duplications as possible.
Have you seen an increase in the number of people you're assisting over the last few years?
There's always seems to be a steady of new people coming. This year compared to the year prior, we did see an increase of numbers of coming. The economy is improving somewhat, but it's a very slow process, and people are still in need of help, and that's what we're there for in times of crisis as well as any other time of the year.
Every good guest to a birthday party brings presents. Do you need anything over this year that you're celebrating?
Well, sure. We can always use volunteers. Volunteers are a crisis need always within our facility. We're limited as far as staff. We only have 6 full-time staff people, including my wife and I, and so to run a facility in that size and to be able to serve the people in need in our community, we do need volunteers. There's also, we're always open and graciously receive monetary donations. That's always a desperate need as well. We as others are experiencing financial cuts, either through funding programs of government and local, and so that's always a challenge, and so we welcome those gifts as well.
We always hear from you right before Christmas, but you have a need year-round, and it really never ends for you.
No, that's correct. Each month and each season brings its own response that we need to provide to the service, to the community. We are quickly wrapping up our school year after-school program with the teenagers from Lima Senior High School. We serve about 32 teens every given night, Monday through Friday at our facility with that, and that's coming to an end. And then we quickly move into the summer program, where we do a partnership with the Lima City Parks and Recreations Department, Rick Stolley and his program. We are the host lunch site for a couple of the parks here, around our facility. And then on Fridays we serve all 4 parks in the community. So we have about, on those given Fridays when they do come, we're averaging about 120 individuals eating on our site. So,
that's really impressive.
Yes. And then we also continue to serve in all the other programs as well. We'll go into the book pack program immediately after that, you know, preparing for back to school events and things of that nature. And then the coat program immediately following that prior to the Toys for Tots campaign at Christmas time.
And you know, it's really not too early to be thinking about the back to school stuff because it takes a while to collect
It really does. When you serve the number of children that we do, book bags, school supplies, it takes everyone pitching in to be able to meet those needs.
If people want to help out, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
They can always call my phone. Our phone number is 419-224-9055. They can stop at our facility, 614 East Market Street. We're located directly across the street from Lima Senior High School. Everyone is welcome and can contact us at any given time. We do have a local website. It's called Salvation Army, Lima, Ohio. .org, where people can find us there, and they're welcome to stop by and see us as well.
Are you going to be doing any parties, special events over the next year?
Yes, we are. We're in the planning stages at this point. We really want to have a celebration next year in May around this time, when we actually do the celebrating of the birthday itself, and we just keep a watch, and we'll keep the community informed as things develop.
Great. We'll definitely have the information right here on GTV.
Right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Major, thank you for coming in.
Always my pleasure.
Major Phil Tamayo from the Salvation Army. When we come back, we'll give you a rundown on what's happening this year at Square Fair, right after this on GTV2.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for non-compliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
This is a nice neighborhood. It is. Is that the house we live in, Mom? Yes. Look at all the kids around here, Mom. I like this house.
Hi, we're here about the house.
It's rented.
It's against the law to deny people the opportunity to live where they want and can afford. If you feel that you've been treated unfairly, give LACA a call and we'll look into your complaint. LACA's fair housing services are free, so call today and get the housing you deserve. 419-227-2586.
We're back on Community Focus and getting ready for another great big Square Fair coming up this year. Here in the studio is the president of the board of Square Fair, Dennis Baker. And what do you have lined up for us this year?
With a lot of trials and tribulations, we ended up with Friday night Crystal Bowersock. Most people would know her from American Idol a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Saturday night, now she'll be playing with a band. Then on Saturday night we have Henry Wack with Brownsville Station. Henry from Ohio Power, originally from Van Wert, will be playing with Brownsville Station. When Henry played with Ohio Power here a few years back, him and I have been talking ever since then about putting Brownsville together, and they started on it 3 years ago, and finally, legality-wise, getting it done. So we'll be one of the first locations on the new tour.
How exciting!
Yeah, we went up and spent a couple of days with them up in Ann Arbor and
not Brownsville, Texas.
No, no, no. They're actually originally, the Brownsville station's originally from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I thought they came from Brownsville, Texas.
Nobody comes from there.
We're going to have to find out why they're named after them then.
That I don't know. That I don't know. It's one thing I don't know.
Well, we'll find out when they get to town. What are the dates for Square Fair this year?
August 3 and 4.
Okay. And then we have Toast to the City before that?
Yeah, Toast to the City on the 2nd, Thursday, Thursday the 2nd. It's an Irish theme this year with Brian Keegan. How does that fit? But Brian's going to take over the chairmanship for the Toast to the City, and he'll do an excellent job.
You know there's going to be good food and drinks if Brian's in charge.
Yeah, and the band he got was from Columbus. I forget the name of them right now, but it's a 7-piece Irish band.
Fun.
Yeah.
So we come in kilts?
I don't know. I'll try to talk Brian into it.
That's Scottish, isn't it?
I don't know. I've seen George McDonald in one. I don't know. The McDonald's, I don't know. They're Scottish.
So besides the bands and the entertainment, what else is coming to Square Fair this year?
We wanted to, I've taken the entertainment just about as far as I can. And we've been focusing last year and mainly this year on trying to redevelop the children's park and the arts and crafts. Arts and crafts this year will be vendors that sell products made locally in America, American-made products. Mm-hmm. We wanted to emphasize that. And the children's art park, which is a real challenge, we had Huskies get involved this year with providing assistance on COSI.
COSI's coming to town?
COSI's coming Friday and Saturday.
That'll be
from
great.
12 to 6. Yeah, that's going to be really fun with the kids. We are also, what else are we doing with the kids? There's some few other things.
The hands-on art projects.
Yeah, we're still doing the face paintings and the tattoos and the caricatures, drawings. But mainly COSI is coming on board. It's phenomenal. Then actually kick off the event Friday at 12 o'clock noon with a little parade that's going to start at the health department. So it's not really a parade type of thing. They're just going to come around the corner. We have a little over 20 classic cars. Joe Lombardo and Andy and a few other guys have lined that up for us. All classic cars. There will be we're going to build a little stage behind the stage with PA speakers. It's going to take a little different look this year. The Honor Guard will come down first, and they'll raise the American flag. Garrett Haley, another American Idol person, will sing the national anthem, and we'll have some foot soldiers, and then the 20 or 30 classic cars with a veteran in each one, and they will be announced over the PA whose car it is, the owner of the car, and a veteran that's in the car with him. So we're going to try to do some military things like that.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of fun. And just go through the square and exit on Elizabeth Street.
And will they be parked there for the weekend, or just the little parade through?
Just that.
So those of us who work downtown, we should be there at lunchtime to come down, eat your lunch, and watch the fun.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And then stuff goes on pretty much all Friday afternoon and Friday night?
Yep, all Friday and Friday. And then until 6 o'clock, generally the children's area starts shutting down at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Then main stage starts at 6 o'clock.
And who do we have besides Crystal Bauer Sox and Brownsville Station?
I got a band called Idle Frequency from Columbus. They'll be opening Friday and Saturday show. I bring in R.B. Stone on Friday. He'll be opening up for Crystal. R.B. lives in Nashville. He's originally from Kenton, Ohio. Excellent songwriter. I really like the guy. And then Ronnie Raspberry, which is Raz and Ken. He's the person how I got turned on to Crystal Bowersock, because I don't watch American Idol, but he has been mentoring her for the last several years, and he's told me about her years ago. Not until American Idol did I realize who it was, and he's the in-between I went through to get in touch with her. Then on Saturday night, I have the Idol Frequency opening up, and then Jack Willoughby and the Lima All-Star Band, which would be like Jim Miller and a few people like that. And he's gonna have a 90-minute set. We did have tentatively lined up Elliot Randall, and that fell through, but he'll be at the rally the week before, and that's really good. And then I had Paul Shortino was brought to my plate, and I didn't know Paul. He was on a few of the albums of Quiet Riot, originally from Lima.
No kidding.
Jack Willoughby worked with him out in L.A. on a few projects. I talked to Paul a couple of times. We lined it up. He was going to come in, fly in, and perform with Jack Willoughby's All-Star Band. And then I just got an email and a phone call last week where Paul's son was in a motorcycle accident in L.A. And when I talked to Paul last, he was at the hospital in L.A. because Paul lives in Las Vegas now. And he took his son back to Las Vegas with him because apparently he's in serious condition, and took him so he can take care of him in Las Vegas. So he had to cancel. And apparently he has a lot of friends in this town that are doing all sorts of things, so it's going to be kind of a letdown. I told him, though, I said, I'll leave a total invitation to you for next year. And he thought that was cool.
It sounds like you've got plenty going on the entire Square Fair weekend.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one with Crystal. We're getting phone calls all around the country. Hotels are full right now.
Already?
Already.
Wow.
Not just because of us, because of other activities, but hotels are booked.
If people want to get involved in Square Fair, do you still need volunteers?
We can always use volunteers, if no more than to stand beside someone to learn their position for later on if you wanted to take over. Because it takes a year or so to get orientated into a position. But yeah, they could, Facebook is a big tool. Facebook, you can go to a Square Fair Facebook page, or